You know why Allah says that this life of the world is nothing but a sport and a play? The entire time in the Quran, you always see that Allah is saying that this dunya is nothing but a play. It's nothing but a game. It's because what happens when you start taking a game way too seriously? That's when it leads you to overthinking, to suffering, to depression, to all those things that we're dealing with right now. I mean, think about it, bro. If you're playing with your brother right now and you guys are playing FIFA, and all of a sudden he's just breaking the controller because you beat him, would you not just tell him, like, bro, it's just a game, bro, relax? But Allah Himself is telling you right here that this life that you're experiencing right now is just a game, bro. But it's not just a game, but the afterlife is the actual world. But most people don't even know. Most people don't even know. And that's why I keep telling you guys, keep the afterlife in your mind, and you'll notice that this life will truly become a game. I'm repeating the same message over and over again because this is the same exact message that every single prophet came to convey. You don't need any more messages. You don't need any more information. This is the only thing you need, bro. If you're looking to even like live a life where you have someone that you love or have abundance or money in your life or have any of the things that you want, keep the afterlife in your mind. Like, just because when you were young, people kept telling you only think of Jannah, only think of Jannah, it's like you got annoyed from it. Bro, this is the purpose of this whole life. You came in here to be tested, but at the same time, to enjoy the game. So if you're living in hardships right now, or if you're super broke, it doesn't matter, bro. It's just a game. Like, your character is going through a trial. Like, imagine when you look at CJ in GTA San Andreas, and CJ in the beginning, he started off at $0. Like, you're looking at him, imagine being depressed that that I'm at $0. It's not you, bro. It's CJ. So right now, it's not you that's at $0. It's whatever your name is. It's Khalid at $0. It's Muhammad at $0. Doesn't matter who your name is, bro. And then here's the thing. The moment, bro, the moment that you start taking this life not seriously and you start taking it sincerely, that's when you start acting like nothing bothers you. And it's not just acting, it's being. You're the type of person that nothing bothers you. So even when the house is burning, you look at it like you literally almost like become like you're mentally ill. You look at the house and it's burning down and you're just like bro, it's such a funny world, man. And it's because you know that like there's something way deeper, and you're just like watching an entire movie. You're just watching a movie and you're excited for what's about to come. But then what's so funny is that when you actually start living from the state, and then imagine like people reject you. You don't even care. You're just like, oh, bro, that's actually so freaking funny. And then as a result, because you're living life through this way, that's where everything comes to you, bro. Everything becomes easy because now you're holding the controller and you're just dealing with all these things. What's so funny I notice is that even when you look at people like this guy right here, this guy, not this guy, hold on, not this guy. Talking about this guy right here, Kai Sanat. Bro, this guy was getting viral on TikTok, right? I'm looking at all his videos and I'm like, this guy actually like he subconsciously realizes it. Or even this guy right here, Speed. Like all these young people that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are gonna be looking at them and you're just gonna be like, these guys are dumber than me and they're making more money than me and blah blah blah. But bro, it's because they realize it's just a game and they're not taking anything seriously. Like there's people that used to spend so much time trying to reach the top, so much energy and effort, but nowadays these guys are just sitting in their bedrooms and they're recording themselves and they're reaching the top of the top. And it's because they're not taking anything seriously. They don't take anything seriously. Instead, what they do is that they take it sincerely. They understand it's like it's all just a game. And so they play life as it is, just a game. But I'm saying there's even a better path, bro. There's a better path where it's not like you're just living for this world and you're doing things that ruin you in this world, but you're also like you're living in this world and you're benefiting from this world, but at the same time you're benefiting your akhirah, you're benefiting your afterlife, you're benefiting what's going to happen to you after you die, because this is the not end. This is not the end. The life that you're living in right now is actually the dunya. It's the lowest of the low. But then what's gonna happen when you start taking like living this life as it's supposed to be lived, and you literally look at it like it's just a game? What's gonna happen when all you're doing is just putting your attention on the afterlife? Because most of you guys think that when you put your attention on the afterlife, it automatically means that, oh, I'm not supposed to be getting a lot of money because I'm supposed to only invest in my afterlife, or like, no, I'm not supposed to have like a beautiful house because I'm only supposed to like think of my house in the afterlife and that's it. Habibi, that's not what's going to happen. Like when I'm telling you that Allah literally gave you the blueprints for wealth and the blueprints for like to maximize your life in this life and the afterlife, like I truly mean that Allah gave all of that in the book. That's why the Quran is like a manual for the game. So then think of this, right? Like, obviously, this is not the depiction of Jannah, but like, there is some depiction that says that Jannah could look something like this, even though no mind can ever think of what Jannah looks like, but it's gonna look beautiful just like this. So then, if you're just imagine that you're living in such a place, right? Or even better, we always say like Switzerland is the Jannah on the earth. So just look at Switzerland, right? Imagine you're living in such a place where you own not a small house, but like a big house with mountains and rivers flowing, and it's just like everything is just here to serve you, and everything is just like it's all yours. All this beauty is all yours. Imagine if every single day, every moment, you're just sitting and you're just only thinking of this. The only thing you have in your mind is that I'm going to have a beautiful house, a big house in Jannah, mansion, and then rivers are going to be flowing from it, and then everything I want to just snap my fingers and it comes to me. Imagine that's the type of life that you're going to be living after death. If you're constantly thinking and imagining just like that, what's going to start happening in this life? Well, here's what's going to happen. What you think, you create. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you become. So if you're constantly imagining Jannah, if you're constantly imagining just beauty and mansions and just everything is just here for you, bro. If you're just constantly imagining that and you're feeling that, like you're feeling like Allah's truly going to be giving you all this stuff because Allah promised it to you, and you're just constantly in that state every single day, what's going to start happening? This is the type of vibration that you're going to start emitting. And then if your heart is going to be vibrating in such a way where it's just vibrating with so much love, with so much abundance, with so much like just like bliss, then understand, bro, the heart is 100 times, 1,000 times more stronger electrically and up to 5,000 times stronger than magnetically than the brain. So the heart is the most powerful organ that you have in your body. And if your heart is feeling this way, bro, automatically all the things that you want is just gonna start is gonna keep coming. It's gonna keep coming and coming and coming because you are the type of person that's like allowed to have such things. You are the type of person that can handle such things. Like Habibi, when we read this ayah right here that says Allah la yukallif Allahu nafsan illa wus'aha, Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Allah's just not just talking about problems. Like, oh, you can handle such a problem, so I'll give you such a problem. Or sometimes people are like, bro, if you have such a problem in your life, it's okay because Allah knows that you can handle it, and that's why Allah's giving it to you. That's not what it means. Habibi, listen, it means that if you're constantly feeling in abundance, that means that you can now handle more abundance. So Allah is going to keep giving you more abundance. So if you're constantly like you're vibrating in a way, when I say vibrating, by the way, it's just how you think and how you feel. So if you're constantly thinking and feeling like you are the type of person that can make $100 million in a year easily, then you'll keep attracting more money into your life easily because Allah knows that you can handle more wealth easily. This is why the rich is always going to be richer and the poor is always going to be poorer because the rich can handle a lot of wealth, so then they get more wealth. But the poor can handle more poorness, so they get more poorness. That's what it means, bro. The poor person can't handle a lot of wealth. That's why, as a result, they never get a lot of wealth. That's why anybody that wins the lottery, immediately they lose it, bro. Like, it doesn't take them that long to keep this money. But anybody that makes money and they're used to making a lot of money, they get more money because that's what they can bear. That's what they can handle. But again, bro, how are you supposed to be able to handle such things or bear such things? Habibi, shaking my head. I just freaking told you. What you think, you create. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you become. So if you're constantly imagining Jannah, which is the unlimited thing, which is the thing that look at this life, and Jannah is a million times better, million times more. You can't even imagine it, to be honest. But just the fact that you're trying to imagine beauty, you're trying to imagine abundance, you're trying to imagine everything that's good, that's beautiful, it automatically, bro, it puts you in a way where you vibrate, think, and feel just like that. And if you're constantly thinking and feeling just like that, what are you going to be attracting? More of what you can carry, which is abundance, which is Jannah. Literally Jannah, bro. But here's the thing. So I'm going to be giving you a secret method to becoming a millionaire in Islam that's I'm literally saying is guaranteed 100% if you actually do it. If you actually do it. And I can give you all the proof, the hadith on why this could work, but I'm not going to. I just want you to try it just by yourself. Try it for just 1 month, bro. 1 month. And then just see what's going to happen. But this is based on everything I just told you right now. So here are the steps, okay? So wake up before Fajr, 30 minutes or so before Fajr. And then before you even pray, read Surah Al-Waqi'ah and then Surah Sad, which is the 56th Surah and the 38th Surah. Just read them once. They're not even that long. And then pray 2 rak'ats. 2 rak'ah. This is before Fajr, by the way. And now in every sujood, say Astaghfirullah al-Azim 40 times and Astaghfirullah al-Razzaq 40 times. So I'm saying do this for minimum 1 month and just come back to this video and comment your results. I'm telling you, based on everything I just told you right now, like this is truly gonna change your life. And I can give you the reasoning, but you don't need to, bro. Just go and do it. Go and do it. And just notice how everything I'm saying in this video is true. And how can it not be true? You're using the Quran, after all, which is the word of Allah. So if it's truly the word of Allah, shouldn't the fact that you just put it in your heart put you in a state of abundance? Shouldn't the fact that you just start feeling the words of Allah put you in a state where you can get everything you want? You make dua and Allah just says kun fayakun. Isn't that the case? And that is why I made this whole course in the description right now. You can just click the link and then you'll go through. Just watch this whole video. Is going to explain to you everything. But it just shows you like you can actually attract effortless rizq. Literally effortless rizq. Where all you have to do, bro, all you have to do is just have a shift, a small shift in you using the Quran in your mindset, and you'll notice like whatever business you get into, you'll start attracting money. Because it's not the business, bro. The businesses can work. It's you that doesn't work. And by work, I mean like you are not the type of person that makes money. So then take this person that's not usually used to making money, put them in any business, they won't be able to make money unless they change what's inside right here. And the best way to change what's inside is using the Quran. So I'm hoping that this course right here is actually going to be helping you a lot. Because, bro, I mean, just using the Quran by itself is way better than any self-help book that you can find online. But I'm hoping that this whole video was helpful. If it was, man, just let me know, bro.